Hello, friend. I am unentertained. You probably will be too. And today is day one of the survival series. We will be discovering a new friend, new foe, and moths in episode one of, well, probably one. The mod pack used in the video is Horrorland by Flash. The shader used in the video is Hysteria Shader by Elosin Dev. Check out the description below. At this point, I realized I probably should grab wood, without understanding that it needed 1 out of 25 chops to take down. And it was about at this point that I realized that. Moving forward, it was probably in my best interest to look for another source of wood, possibly one that wasn't going to take 25 chops to be able to bring down the tree that was needed. I do come across a hollow log. Since acquiring wood, I was on track to be able to create tools. I found it in my best interest to possibly look for a place of shelter during this time. At this moment, I decided to look around for a little bit. When I did come across a house. During this time, I proceeded to look for a front door, which did not exist. So at this point, decided to take it upon myself to create one of my own, using the side as my own personal entrance to be able to get into my new personal home. At this point, I decided to clear the dirt out of the way so that I have a actual structure of a door to stop the malevolent entities that might be waiting that I do not know about. Proceeding to tidy up the space of my new acquired home, I found it in my best interest to probably patch the repair in the wall to make sure that it's in better sounding. At this point, I realized I probably should be looking for a source of food. During this time, I do stumble across a patch of puffballs with absolutely no idea what to do with them. Proceeding to make it a home, I did mark my territory to make sure that I do at least have a home to go to in the case of a fatality, casualty, or any other debacle that might happen during the experience. After tidying up the place a little bit, I decided it was in my best interest to possibly make some tools. During this time, I did proceed to make a wooden pickaxe and a wooden axe to accompany me during my travels. Now living a new life after telling my family I was going to be picking up milk from the store and proceeded to not come home, I searched the chest that was in the house that I found squatting rights in. During this time, I did find a few items along with a cursed acorn. While moving the cursed acorn to my inventory, I did the one logical thing that anybody would do, and that would be throwing the acorn, with absolutely no repercussions of understanding what might happen moving forward. So, I proceed to check my inventory one last time, realized I possibly really messed up, then looked and seen how to obtain a said cursed acorn during this time. With the search of food and lighting, understanding that it was getting dark out, I did realize I probably should pick up a few more pieces of wood during this process to better ensure that I do have a source of weaponry with at least a sword, possibly. After collecting the tools I believed I needed to go on my own personal adventure, I decided to stray off a little bit from my house, where I proceeded to try to pick up cobblestone, mossy cobblestone, to create a stone pickaxe. And we will see that I don't necessarily know what I'm doing in this game. It was at this point that I realized I wasn't alone. I was being watched, and what I was being watched from was undescribable. Is it an owl? Is that a friend? Can I trust it? Can it trust me? After looking over my shoulder and seeing it was getting dark out, I found it in my best interest to go back home, find a lamp, put it up somewhere, make sure I don't get grabbed in the middle of the night, and proceed to try to relax. I wasn't able to find food today. Will I? I don't possibly know that. Will I have to go long without food? Do I know when I'll be able to find some type of nutrient to be able to eat? So far, I haven't been able to find that at all. And I did think it was dark enough to be able to go to sleep, but I guess the game doesn't want me to. I don't know what is considered darkness and what isn't. But I know that staying out there probably isn't in my best interest, especially understanding that there are things watching me that I can't possibly explain at this moment. I do understand that there are things and I'm not alone, but is the world really as big as we think it is? I'm just beginning to scratch the surface and understand that it might be scarier than I initially anticipated, so I'll call that night.